From the central bus station through Westfield out to Steineck. Let's do it. Let's get going. We have a quick start, but apparently that is just going to be the central bus station. Now, I need to stop at platform 1, which looks like it's going to be right down at the end. Yeah, way down here. So let's go ahead and pull in here. Anybody actually going to be waiting? I mean, it's a pretty miserable day. There we go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard this Nerdling transportation service for Steineck, going via Westfield. How's it going, sir? You need a day, regular, and no, you need 2 of them. There you go, bud. And your change is going to be right there. Do you need anything? A single senior and 1. Do you have exact change? You do not. The worst kind of person. Let's see. A week, regular, 2 of them. There you go, and decent enough change. Fair enough. Everybody aboard, let's get moving. I hope you all like rain, because that's all we're getting today by the looks of it. It is not a nice day out at all. Not a nice day in the slightest. Oh man, I'm actually kind of excited about this though. I'm kind of excited we're finally getting to go down through Westfield, even if it is raining like crazy right now. I mean, it is a rough looking day out. You would expect decent numbers on public transport. Well, actually, would you, is that a thing? Would you expect better numbers in public transport in the rain or out of the rain? Because if you think about it, the flaw of public transport is generally, and I say flaw, I mean like the drawback in this kind of weather, is like you still need to walk to the bus stop or the train station or the blimp station, if you're into that sort of thing. You still have to walk there, so you're still going to get soaked. So would you get more numbers in the rain or less? Because obviously, if you're planning on walking long distance in the and it's raining, you're gonna get a bus. But you still need to walk there, so you might still get wet anyway. So you might just not bother going out in the rain if you were gonna have to walk / get a bus. Oh, I don't know. What about you? What about you back here, madam? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Here you go.
Any of you got any thoughts on this? I mean, there's only 4 of you on this bus, so I don't know. The light's green. Can we go? Let's get moving here. I'm going through it, even if it changes. Just going straight on through. Man, it's weird driving around like an urban area like this. This looks so much like this. It looks a lot like Stockholm, to be honest. It does look a lot like Stockholm. I mean, it's kind of it's a very generic European vibe I'm getting from this. But generic European vibes in video games are usually based on Stockholm. They are usually based on it. Also, I'm going 3rd person just so I can see the traffic light. Like the European theme in City Skylines is based on Stockholm, although that kind of makes sense because I know at least Paradox is based in Stockholm. I don't think Colossal Order is. Is Colossal Order not? Are they Finland? I feel like I should know this. I feel like I should know the answer to that question. Either way, the style of architecture for like generic European in video games is this pretty much. Like you got a lot of modern high-rise buildings, but then also like the 3 to 4 story classic European, you know, inner city, inner town, inner urban area buildings. I like it. I like it. I am a really big fan of that style of town planning and architecture, because it's actually very different. It's very different to what we get in the UK. Like UK style architecture has small hints of it, but there's something just very distinct about like buildings in the UK that are 300 years old versus buildings in like central Stockholm that are going to be 300 is just a guess, but you know what I mean? There's something very different about them. Whereas 300-year-old buildings in Stockholm versus some other parts. I say, you know what? I'm talking out of my tuchus, aren't I? Because now that I think about it, it's really only Northern Europe has. Oh,
What are you doing now?
I'm getting very confused now. I think Northern Europe has a very distinct, like Northern and Northeastern Europe has a very distinct architectural style. The further south you go, I guess you get that more, I don't want to say villa-esque style, but it's warmer in the south of Europe. You know, southern France, Spain, Italy is southern Europe, technically. Oh my, I'm getting very, I don't know enough about architecture. I should talk about that. I should mention that. I really don't actually know all that much about architecture. All I know from architecture is what I've seen on the train from Sweden to Copenhagen Airport, and what I've seen in Stockholm and around Stockholm, and from what I've seen in pictures of Germany and Berlin and Copenhagen, and I've already said Copenhagen, I didn't mean Germany as in Copenhagen, Germany. You know what I mean? I've seen pictures, I haven't actually like gone out of my way all that often to, you know, look around these places. I'm digging myself a hole here. I'm digging myself a hole here. I'm starting to sound very ignorant with regards to architectural styles. I need to stop talking, but then people would complain that I go a whole video without talking, so single, regular, one. There you go, bud. Very strange amount of change you got there, fella. There you go. Do you need a ticket? You do. Alright, single, regular, 2 of them. There you go. And 60 cents in change. Let's get going. If any of you happen to know about architecture back there, just let me know. I've dug myself a hole here and I'd quite like to find my way out of it. Because it's quite an awkward place to be. Oh, this is not how I thought this video was gonna go. I thought it would just be like, oh, we'll just sit and chat the way we always do in the bus sim videos, but now I'm just feeling really uncomfortable. Move out of the way! Get out of the way. Stay out of the way. It's not a parking spot. That right there, actually, that's a topic. There's a bus stop pretty much in the parking lot of my local Tesco, which is, it's a supermarket. So think kind of like Walmart if you're in the States. Think supermarket or whatever. Supermarket, right? You go there to get your groceries. They have some electronic stuff. They have fresh baked goods, blah, 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 blah. So there's a bus stop in the parking lot of my local Tesco. It has a couple of benches right beside that. It's a speed bump. Has a couple of benches right beside it, and I frequently sit there if I'm waiting on, you know, getting picked up to go home or go wherever. I'll sit there because it's in plain sight. It's easy to see. You know, the person driving into the parking lot can clearly... That little old woman is legging it. It's in plain sight. You can clearly see it when you're coming into the parking lot. I hate the fact that people use it as a parking spot. And I see it all the time because I'm regularly at this store. You go to the store, I'm sitting there waiting on getting picked up. Now, I should clarify, I get picked up from this spot. That's not the same as someone parking there. They either pull into the bus stop or they pull in somewhere else and I go to the car, right? There are so many people who pull into this bus stop, park their car, get out and go to do their weekly shop. So they're going to be there for like 90 minutes or more doing their full weekly shop. And it annoys me so much. Like, I'm not a confrontational person. I'm quite passively aggressive. I'll admit that. And I'm cynical. I can admit that quite happily. Let's just get this guy's change and we'll continue the story. Anybody else? No? Good. Spot check real quick. So I'm quite passively aggressive and I'm obviously quite cynical. I think we can all agree on that. So what I've started doing is anytime I'm sat there at this bus stop on the bench and someone comes in and parks their car, I'm always sat there with like the girlfriend, or I'm sat there with a friend or whatever. I'm always sat there and I lean over to the person I'm sat with and quite loudly, what is this little old woman? Madam, shut up! Thank you. Telling a story here. Right. So the person I'm sat with, I lean over to them and, like I said, passive aggressive. So I lean over to them and I'm like, quite loudly, loud enough for the person getting into or out of their car to hear, go, "That's funny, I always thought that was a bus stop." And I can't tell you the amount of dirty looks I've got. Not one of them has said anything to me. Again, because passive aggressive, they're gonna look like a real piece of work if they have a go at me. Because they're already... Oh, I hit the thing. They're already, they're already in the wrong. They're parking in a bus stop. So it's just, it's one of those little things I do during my day that's like, you know what? I don't get anything out of this. You know, I'm not the good guy here. I'm not cracking down on crime or anything like that. But it's still one of those things that, like, I do it and I'm like, you know what? I know I'm, like, there's no point. I know it's none of my business. You know, it's not my place to enforce parking. But I can't help but just enjoy that moment. That moment when they give you that look and they can't say anything because they're gonna look even worse than they do. Is it just me? Like, I feel like that's one of those little simple things in life that's just like, you know what? This is a pointless thing, but it's fun. It's a good moment. I like it. That's all I can say. I do like it. I like those moments. Anyway, I think we are getting towards the end of this route, which is good news. Because we do have another driver on this line. I'm really curious to see if they technically make money. Oh. I didn't do something. I didn't drive this route in round trip mode. So this isn't going to count towards the final objective that we have. Oh. That's not fair. That's not fair. It might still count for one of the objectives, but it's not going to count towards the round trip mode one. So I guess we're going to have to come back to this line at some point. We're not going to come back to it immediately because I really don't want to drive it like 3 times, essentially. Not in a row. But we'll do it eventually. I just hit something again. Man. Tell me I'm at least setting a good pace for this. 12,000, that'll do. Get out of here. Go on, get... Shoo. Move. Anybody getting on board? Surprisingly, yes. Weak, regular, 1. There you go, enjoy. What about you? Weak, regular, 1. There you go, enjoy. And your change, sir. Okay, let's get moving. We have one more stop to get to, so these two guys getting weak tickets is a bit weird. Definitely a bit weird, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain. It's money for me. More money for me. So I can't complain. I'm also curious to see how much money we actually make from all of our other drivers on this one, because we did that whole... Who puts a fire hydrant at a bus stop? Whose great idea was that? God's sake. This thing turns like a bus. I wonder why that is. Let's see, anybody left garbage on here? Aha! You. Let's just end the run. Let's see then. So, we're doing all right there. Cash flow, 18,000 from me. Could have been higher. 145,000. I'll take it. I'll take it. Could have been a little bit higher, but that's all right. So let's check here. Oh, that counted. Okay, so if I drive the route with a driver, it counts. That's actually good news. Unfortunately, we didn't drive that in round trip mode, so that's annoying, but that's okay. That is okay. So what is the next one we need to do? Central, Siegwalden, Oakville. So that one. Central, Oakville, Siegwalden. So I need to do that one. I kind of have an idea on this. I think I do want to put another driver on it. I want to keep a driver on that line, so... This... Oh, see, why are my wheels are just... Spewing water. Interesting. So what I'm tempted to do is buy another A37. Because technically speaking, I can get another A37, I can get another driver, put them on the same run as me, and all should be good. The thing is, I don't know if I want to do that yet, because I do kind of want to put buses like this on some of our lines, and they're quite expensive, but I think I'll do it. We'll buy the bus. There we go. My buses. So we have the new one. We want to customize it, get it in the right color. So obviously orange with brown underneath, and the skin is of course going to be that one, and that is perfectly fine. We'll apply that. We could customize it. I don't think we'll bother. So that's perfectly fine. So what we want to do next is go to employees. We want to hire Sasha Werther. And what we'll do is we'll put Sasha on this one here. We actually need to set the pace for this loop as well. We'll do that eventually. So Sasha is going to go onto this line. Sasha is going to drive the new A37, which is fine because I believe the one that I skipped is actually mine. It's the one with the custom license plate. So we need to drive this trip. We do need to do it in round trip mode. So I'm going to turn off the cashier for this. And we want to make sure that we're taking out the correct A37, which is the one with the yellow license plates. So there we go. That's my bus. Quick start is on. We have round trip on. So let's begin. Let's make some money. This should be relatively easy. It is a nice day, which is great, but obviously we sort of have to come back here, which is going to be all sorts of fun. So this is all the way up to Sigvald and Lido, and then back. Oh my god, that's a tight turn. I don't like that. I do not like that. Not at all. Alright, all aboard! All aboard! Everybody on. Today is BYOT. Bring your own ticket. If you don't have your own ticket, you will be shot. Let's see. Do you have a ticket? Thank you, thank you. Tickets, please. Thank you, thank you. Madam, ticket, thank you. Would have been a real surprise if none of you had tickets, wouldn't it?
I already showed you my ticket.
You know, you're right at the bus depot. Like, how lazy can you get at that point? Anyway, let's see. I mean, we're going up to the old sawmill. You are not going to continue across. That's actually kind of surprising. So the next stop is going to be old sawmill. I'm actually going to be a little cheeky here, and I'm going to avoid the main road over there. I'm going to try... Oh, this is back into the bus depot. This, I thought... Oh, God. I thought I was being clever. I really wasn't. I thought I was avoiding the, I thought I was avoiding traffic by taking that left there. I need to take this one up here. Which, to be fair, I'm still going to avoid traffic, because I'm going to go out to the main road and go along the water side. But I got a little carried away there. I took the turn too early and went back into the depot. So, if traffic here could move, that'd be just great. You know, if it could just, get out of me way. What's holding up? What is holding traffic up here? Hello? The light's gone red again, man! Why is this truck not moving? Oh, you know what? Forget it. I've got a better idea. I have a better idea. Passengers, I'm afraid we're going to be slightly delayed because people are dumb.
Okay, let's grab a bite to eat.
Let's see here. Am I safe to back up? I am. Oh, now you're moving. Now you're moving. I see how it is. All right, we're going to go that way. We're going to go that way. And that's going to mean that we can get onto this main road pretty much immediately. There we go. So away we go. We're going over here. This might actually be a better idea in future. Come out of the bus depot and take a right, and then we can get on to sort of the main ring road around this urban area. So let's go ahead and swing a pretty sharp right-hand turn here. And that puts us on the main road,
Was it terrible?
which I imagine is going to have a decent number of traffic lights, but I also imagine it's probably going to move a bit quicker than, you know, the other roads. And I can probably turn off my speed limiter a little bit on this as well and just floor it. Never mind. Immediately, man. Come on. That was meant to be. That was meant to be right there. That's not fair.
They brought the house down.
Just the immediacy of that ticket. Come on. Come on. It's like the game's listening. All right. Let's get ready to take a left here. I'm gonna need to remember that though. I'm gonna need to remember to swing a right coming out of that bus depot unless I need to go left because there's a stop like immediately down there. I'm gonna need to remember that. I'm also thinking I might need to rework some of my stops.
Oh my gosh.
Or like all of my lines. Because what I'm thinking is it might not be a bad idea to set up a bunch of lines that sort of go, you know, back and forth between the main station and the central station. Or some loops that go around the downtown area from central to main station along with other places. And then maybe like Old Sawmill and Siegwalden could be connected to Central Station, Westfield and Mayerville Central Station, where the harbor, industrial area, agricultural area, and business park can all be connected to the main station. So basically, we have two main stations on the map, right? We have one sort of here and one over here. So the main station here can have, you know, we can have a loop going around Old Town, stops at Central, goes back to Main. That's how you get between those two stations. But we can have main station sort of going out to agricultural, industry, Port Amber, Steineck. Central can go to Mayerville, Westfield, and I guess Steineck, but it can also go to Oakville and Siegwalden, where this one can go a little bit to Siegwalden, but up to Astra Park as well. Basically, I think there's some ideas there. Everyone aboard? All right. Just checking your tickets, please. Tickets, please. Ticket, madam. And you, sir. Ticket, please. Ah! Yeah, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Didn't have his ticket. Can't be having that. Always gotta check the tickets. Even though I never really do. I gotta check them. How did I hit that pothole? I was so far past it, man. Come on. Oh, hello. I don't know how to flash my lights. I should probably work that out because I haven't got a clue. And that's what all the other bus drivers do. Meanwhile, I'm just like honking me horn like a madman. I should probably figure that. Oh, careful. Careful. Almost murdered a person. Speaking of people, I wonder if this game ever gets to a point where your bus actually sort of fills up. Because I've noticed my buses never seem to be all that busy. And I'd like them to be. I'd love to be like, oh my god, there's like 60 people on my bus right now. But there never seems to be more than like maybe 10. And don't get me wrong, 10's a decent number, but it'd be nice if there were a few more. It would be nice if the bus like looked full from time to time. Also, this stop here never has people at it.
That coach in the last episode of
It never has people. Anybody getting off here? Nope. All right. Let's get moving. Let's keep on keeping on. Oh no, this right here is going to be the fun part. This is the part where we got to go on to a roundabout and just go around the entire thing. And then straight back the way we came. So let's try this at high speed because that's... Okay. 3,000... Oh! What was... What? I don't quite know how that happened. I'm gonna be honest. Also, I feel like €3,000 is a little bit steep. That's a lot of traffic.
You're coming to the party.
That could have been bad. How are we looking for money? 9,000. Also, I may have skipped a bus stop. Oh! Didn't mean to be in third person. Yeah, I may have skipped a bus stop. Good old Siegwalden. I may have been not paying attention and driven straight past it. So I'm sure those passengers are happy. But the good news is, technically speaking, they could just cross the road and get on the bus on the in the other direction here, unless they were just going around the corner, in which case, oh well. But if they're not, if they were going elsewhere, they can just get on the bus here and problem solve. Those passengers can go wherever they want to go. Assuming they actually, you know, get on the bus and don't just stand on the other side awkwardly, which I guess we're about to find out if they are or are not. Are there passengers awkwardly standing on the left? Yep, they're 100% are. Hello, everybody. I'm the bus driver that drove past you. That was me. That was me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Look, if you want to cross the road, you can get on the bus. It's free ticket. Sorry, it's BYOT day. Bring your own ticket. No? All right. No, don't say I never tried to do anything nice for you. Don't say I never did anything nice. Get out of my way, thing. Really good. Tickets, please. Tickets, please. Ticket. Aha! You again. Yeah, must have lost it somewhere. My tuckus. Let's just get going. We've still got a bit of a distance to cover. Gotta go the whole way back to Central. And that's gonna try and make me go... Actually, that's not gonna make me go the main roads, if I remember right. Yeah, it keeps us on like... Oh no, sorry, it is gonna make me go on main roads, not the little windy roads. Also, please tell me a lot of these passengers are getting on my bus. Well, actually, most of these guys are getting off, which is fantastic, I guess. And barely any of those guys got on. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's just keep on going. Because apparently people don't want to really get on my bus. I mean, it's good. They're getting on other buses.
What does that sound?
That's one thing to mention. They are getting on other buses, and the only other buses are my buses. But I'd still like them to get on my bus, not other buses. Anyway, that has given me an idea. Which is that this game would actually be kind of neat if there were other companies competing for passengers. So like at the start, you're like an underdog company. I'm putting story into this game that doesn't need to be there. But at the start, you're like a... What is that guy doing? That's what happens to people that don't have bus tickets. They get embedded in concrete. Anyway, at the start, you're like this underdog bus company, and you've got your little Sataro K or whatever it is. You've got your little bus, and the whole idea is that you're trying to, like, you know, you've got a little the city government, city council or whatever, Department of Transportation is like, all right, you know, there's this line that, you know, the other company, the big company, doesn't service. You know, they don't go from Siegwalden to Business Park or from like Oak Street to Business, whatever. You know, they don't do this. We need someone that will do this. So you can have that line. And that line is the one that gives you like your tutorial. That's the one that teaches you how to use the ticket machine. That's the one that teaches you how to stop and when to stop and how to open your doors and all that stuff. And then the game's like, yo, or the story, I don't know why the game's like, the story's like, yo, you actually did a really good job there. You're really, you know, it's really efficient. The bus is clean, showed up on time. The passengers were happy. They got to where they were going on time, etc., etc., etc. So then they're like, all right, you know, you can have that line. You can do this other line as well. And then your job is essentially like you eventually get to the point where you're competing with this other bus line. You know, is your bus higher quality? Are you there on time? It's a little bit like a time trial. You know, you've gotta get there safely and just as quickly, if not quicker, than the other bus service. And then you can see them driving around, you'll see their bus design driving around, all that kind of stuff. I think it'd be really neat. Because if that, I don't know how multiplayer works in this game, but that could be the concept for multiplayer. Where like the other bus companies are replaced by other players with the option of them working for your company or not, or you just compete against them. You know, who does a better job on which, on this bus line or that bus line? I think that'd be neat. I'd play it. Competitive bus simulator. We're gonna fill arenas with this idea. We are gonna fill arenas. It's the next Fortnite. It's the next big craze in gaming. Competitive bus simulator. I just hit a pedestrian. We aren't gonna be making money on this. That's why you shouldn't stand so close to the edge, man. You shouldn't stand so close to the edge. I could have hit that guy with my wing mirror as well. This whole run has now been for nothing. Unless we somehow just, well, no. Man, come on. It's right at the end. I was moving up so slowly as well. I was moving up so slowly. That's not fair, man. I was going so slow. And I just, it was the mirror on the right side, just boom, just got him in the face. He's dead now, but that's not my fault. Man, I was so close to getting this. This should have been smooth, plain sailing. But alas, here we are, minus 5,794. Just real quick, let's see, tickets. Tickets. Please tell me all of you don't have tickets. No. What about you, madam?
Of course.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, we need to floor it here.
Do you want to see a photo of my cat?
We need to floor it, otherwise this light's gonna turn to red. Let's just cut out wide a little bit and swing into the corner. Nailed it. Well, at least I've got that going for me, but we are very unlikely to make any money on this, and I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed because I'm gonna need to do this line as well. Again. So the first line, we got one objective. The second line, we were aiming to get two. You know, drive it in... I guess technically we still got one. Technically we still drove this in run trip mode. So we've done one of those, but we're not gonna generate any income on this line because I hit a person. Man, come on. That's not fair. I mean, it's perfectly fair. It makes perfect sense, but it's not fair. So disappointed. Let's go. Let's just get moving. Let's just get to Central Station and... I don't know, retire. At this point, that might be the best thing for me. You know, an early retirement. I keep killing people in the job. I actually wonder, I wonder if there's a stat for how many pedestrians I've hit. I kinda hope there is. I kinda hope that stat exists. Because I'd like to know. I would really like to know. Let's just get in here to the bus station. And we're heading around to, platform 2. Alrighty. So back around to platform 2. Everybody's gonna get off here, platform 2, please. This bus is no longer safe for service. So in we go. I just hit a thing again! Everybody out! I can't... I'm the worst bus driver.
Goodbye.
Seriously? Seriously?
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see how that went. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That is not fair. I drove one of them in round trip mode. I drove one of them, this one. But I need to do that again to generate income. And then both of these in round trip mode as well. That's not fair. I mean, it's perfectly fair. I killed a man, but it's not fair.